So, the Game Awards are tonight, and with the recent rumors surrounding it, could we see any Metroid reveal tonight? Let's discuss it. Metroid once again appears to be on the mind of fans following a product listing by Swedish retailer Inet? Yeah, that sounds about right. Now, shortly after this started making its rounds, the retailers quickly let everyone know, hey, this is purely speculation. We think it'll be presented, but hell if we know. That's essentially the takeaway. But the timing is perfect for this kind of announcement. And let us not forget Nintendo's history at the Game Awards, because they've done big things in the past, like showing off the first real look at Breath of the Wild or revealing all 3 Bayonetta titles last year for Switch. So it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest to see this tonight. We've talked a lot about Metroid Prime 4 quite a bit on this channel. Card to the most recent video right here. Today, I want to dive into the importance of Metroid Prime Trilogy in the era of Switch and how it could turn and help Metroid Prime 4. Now, the Metroid Prime Trilogy makes sense for a myriad of different reasons, the first of which being that it will serve as the bridge for newcomers to clock into the series. The Metroid Prime games are rich and a ton of fun to dive into, but having to go back generations to enjoy them would be a tall order, even though they are neatly bundled onto the Wii. Likewise, I want to play Kingdom Hearts 3, and if I were a newcomer to that series and you told me that I have to traverse across many different game consoles before enjoying the next one, I'd say no thank you. Extreme example, I'm aware, but having a neat collection on one box just makes everything that much more appealing. And of course, this will in turn help Metroid Prime 4 become an even bigger success than it already would have been with all these new eyes on the series as a whole. Shifting the conversation ever so slightly, I want to talk about how Metroid Prime Trilogy would further fit into Nintendo's overall plans for 2019. And by extension, of course, Metroid Prime 4. Nintendo breaking out 2019 with a huge reveal like this absolutely would not shock me. Now, I spoke about my overall thoughts of 2019 in this video right here, but to give you a shorter version, I believe that 2019 is going to be the year of grand releases. Yes, we have Smash Bros. Ultimate and the recent released Let's Go Pokemon games, but next year will give way to an even greater Pokemon game, Animal Crossing, and hopefully Metroid Prime 4. And the Metroid Prime Trilogy is just phase 1 of what I believe to be a much bigger piece of the pie, with the year closing off with Metroid Prime 4. But we'll see how it rolls. If it happens the way I said it happened, then you heard it here first. Now, as far as how this will be revealed, I mean, it's anyone's guess. They could reveal all of this all at once tonight. They could go Metroid Prime 1, 2, 3, and oh yeah, here's another trailer we think you guys would really enjoy, and bam, Metroid Prime 4. That would be crazy all at once. Or they could all have Metroid Prime 4 until E3 or a later direct down the road. But either way, I'm very interested to see how this all plays out. This would be a very, very welcomed entry into my library of Switch games, and I'm sure you guys will enjoy it just as much. Now guys, even though these are just rumors, the likelihood of these happening is just so huge. I mean, it just seems like the climate is right for this kind of announcement, and it just makes sense. All signs are pointing toward this being a thing. For now, just be hopeful, but not so hopeful that your expectations are bloated to the point where they could just crush you beneath their weight. All right? Now, I would absolutely love to see this trilogy with new HD textures and just visuals. It would be absolutely incredible. I'm not even one of the guys that even goes crazy about graphics and if the game looks good, but I strongly feel as though this series, above all other Nintendo series, would greatly benefit and show a lot of life from having an HD upscale. Now, don't get me wrong, Odyssey looks incredible. Breath of the Wild looks breathtaking. Pun intended. But to see an HD remake of the trilogy with the shine coming off Samus's suit, the reflection off her armor, man, take my money right now. Now couple that with Metroid Prime 4 actually having a reveal trailer. I'm saying we're seeing gameplay, seeing things actually happening in motion, and not just seeing a logo. Now ladies and gentlemen, here's what I hope to see tonight. I want to see a flashback of the Metroid Prime games for the GameCube. All of a sudden, we have a slider come over and everything just goes into HD, you know, it pans over from what was normal then to the HD visuals of today. Kind of like how they do the 4K and HD comparison videos. Or a more recent comparison I could go to, or the Spyro games of the old compared to the trilogy we have out now. That would be awesome to see. The Nintendo Switch is such a huge success for Nintendo overall and has a very promising future. They have sold so many units of this console and it's only going to grow from here. Giving the Metroid Prime series new life on a console that's so promising with so many newcomers to not only the Metroid series but to Nintendo as a whole just makes a whole lot of sense. I literally know people who have never played Nintendo consoles before and people who have taken a break from Nintendo consoles, got Nintendo Switches, and are in absolute love with their consoles. Basically, everything that was a success in the past, or anything that had potential of becoming a success, needs to go on the Nintendo Switch. Point blank, period. Nintendo is no stranger at looking at past events and utilizing those lessons for the future. Bayonetta was a prime example last year. Let's get them Bayonetta 1 and 2 and have them wait for 3, all on the Nintendo Switch. Metroid Prime could easily fit in that mold again and do the exact same thing. Here are the first 3 Metroid Prime games, wait for 4. Oh, here's a trailer for 4. Boom, Twitter blows up, Nintendo quote unquote wins the Game Awards, even though what even is that? And before you know it, millions of people are eagerly awaiting the arrival of the Metroid Prime Trilogy. Now Metroid Prime 4, though I hope it'll be a 2019 release, let's not kid ourselves, maybe early 2020. But with the Metroid Prime Trilogy being out inside the consoles of millions of players, honestly, I think we'd be held over and fed with Metroid for a while. These games, remember, even though it is one release, these are 3 games, and they could whet our appetite and keep us grounded for a little bit until Metroid Prime 4 is finally revealed. You add that onto the news that will come out in 2019. Even if the game's not released, I do believe we'll see more in terms of Nintendo Directs and news, and even that will help feed our appetites and keep us grounded and able to wait around for 4 when it finally does roll around to us. Because what that'll do is keep the game in the back of our mind subconsciously, and that way it'll save some mind share for 4. Okay, they're not necessarily getting the game, but we'll show them this trailer. We'll show them this new feature, this new mechanic. We'll add this level here. And before you know it, it's late 2019, boom. We get a release date for Metroid Prime 4, hopefully late 2019, maybe early 2020. And at that point, we're all ready to go. Everyone's caught up to speed. Metroid Prime Trilogy, if you haven't already finished it, you are just now finishing it with the other slew of games coming out. Who could blame you? You should have been on top of it, but like I said, there's so many things coming out. Maybe you just finished playing Pokemon 2019. Who's to say? I can't judge. All these games are awesome. Who am I kidding? I'll still be playing Smash Bros. Ultimate even when all these games drop. At the end of the day, guys, even though this rumor wasn't necessarily a leak, it is a very, very safe bet, and I'd put a lot of money toward this becoming an actual possibility. It's something that is very likely, and I believe all signs are pointing toward this happening. Metroid Prime Trilogy for the Nintendo Switch. I think the time is right for this to happen. What do you guys think about the Metroid Prime Trilogy coming to the Nintendo Switch? Or what do you think about Metroid Prime in general? Are you excited for 4? Did you like this video? Be sure to let me know that by clicking or tapping the like button right there and sharing this video with a friend. A friend is excited for the Game Awards that's coming in about 4 hours at the time of this upload. Let me know all you guys' thoughts about the Game Awards, not just Metroid Prime, about everything. What are you guys excited to see? What do you hope is going to be there? What is your hope for 2019 in general? We got a lot to talk about, guys. If you guys would like to, please consider becoming a member. Do that by clicking the join button right there. You'll get access to emotes. We need a lot more emotes, by the way. And can I please get a happy emote? I'm not just a depressed, angry. I don't even know what that face is. I have no idea what it is. Come on. Anyway, you get emotes, loyalty badges, gaming time with us, and periodic Switch keys and our supporters only Discord. If you guys would like to, stop on by every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern time. That is when we do the streams. If you missed the last stream, I was brutalizing AJ in Smash Brothers. No, I'm joking. I'm not really sure. I had a pounding severe headache, but that's not important. That's not important. Every Tuesday, videos up. Every Thursday, videos up. Every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, we have the streams going out live. We playing a myriad of different games. Who's to say? Come by and check us out. Every Saturday, the podcast going up at 4 p.m. Eastern Time on a separate channel directly to you. Make sure you guys subscribe to that channel because it will not just only be podcast at a certain point. After that, there will be much more content going on to that channel. So be sure to subscribe and stay up to date with that. I'll let you guys know every single week about different things that we end up putting on there. I'll tweet it out. Oh, follow me on Twitter. I tweet a lot of stuff. All right. Bye.